Should the Archbishops of Canterbury and York be held to account over Paula Vennels' involvement in the Church of England? Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Red Dan. I'm a vicar in the Church of England. On this channel you'll get my views as a vicar on all the Christian news that is happening in the world today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment and hit that notification bell. So after my video last week, which you can watch here, about the Archbishop of Canterbury's backing of Paula Vennels to be the Bishop of London back in 2017, it has come to light through questions in the House of Commons. So that's a big question to ask, and a big place to ask it in, of what role Paula Vennels has played in the Church of England since she stepped down as CEO of the Post Office. So the Telegraph headline is, Archbishops should be held to account over disgraced ex-Post Office boss. Paula Vennels held 4 roles within the Church of England after the mail software scandal broke. Archbishops should be held to account, clergy have said. So this is big. Now clergy are coming out and speaking out about this. See, everyone's got red lines, and when they are crossed, they will start speaking out. And what we are seeing is now more and more speaking out about all these situations that are happening in the Church of England. So it's been widely reported, between 1999 and 2015, more than 700 sub-postmasters were prosecuted for faulty Horizon accounting software, which made it look like as if money was missing from their sites. However, of all those sub-postmasters who were convicted, only 100 have had their convictions overturned, which is being described as the most widespread miscarriage of justice in history. So as I said in my previous video, the Archbishop of Canterbury allegedly backed Paula Vennels to become the next Bishop of London, even though she had very, very limited parish experience. This prompted the former chaplain to the Queen, the Reverend Canon Jeremy Hazlott, to call for the Archbishops to stand down from his job. Another priest in the Church of England whose red line was crossed and now is speaking out. So it's emerged that Paula Vennels held 4 roles in the Church of England since the Post Office scandal has broke, including to provide officials with ethical investment advice. So the question was asked in Parliament by Chris Loder, the Conservative MP for West Dorset, and he asked what role Miss Vennels had in advising the Church Commissioners after 2019. In response, Andrew Zallas, the second Church Estates Commissioner and Conservative MP for West South Bedfordshire, confirmed that Miss Vennels held 4 roles during the period in question between spring 2019 and April 2021. So the 4 roles that Paula Vennels had in the Church of England were: in spring 2019, she was asked by the Archbishops to undertake a lessons learned review regarding church buildings. In February 2020, she was invited to attend the Church Commissioners Board of Governors for a discussion on the lessons learned report. In March 2020, she was invited to join the Archbishops Coordinating Group during the COVID-19 pandemic and to lead on its governance. Finally, between March 2019 and April 2021, she was appointed by the Ethical Investment Advisory Group to provide ethical investment advice. In response to that and that news coming out, another vicar, the red line is being crossed. The Reverend Robert Thompson, vicar of St Mary's and St James's churches in North London, and a General Synod member, called for the Archbishops to be held to account over the influence that she had in the church. He said, "It's extraordinary that Paula Vennels had these 4 positions that were central to the Church of England's vision and strategy. Both Archbishops and the Archbishops' Council need to be held to account for the amount of influence she had on the thinking and development of the Church of England at present. Since the Post Office scandal broke, it is deeply morally problematic that after the Post Office scandal came to light, that Paula Vennels could have such a central role in Church of England thinking." So as Robert Thompson said there, it is actually amazing that Paula Vennels was invited onto these groups, which was central to the Church of England's vision and strategy, and the contribution that she had to those, even though they knew at the time of the Horizon scandal and her involvement, which has all been coming out in the newspapers, with the sub-postmasters as CEO, and then leaving that job to come onto the Church of England. The General Synod is being held in a few weeks. Robert Thompson is a General Synod member. Will that question be asked? Will the Archbishops and the Archbishops' Council be held accountable over Paula Vennels being invited to be on these groups at a time where she was involved in the post office scandal. A Church of England spokesman said it is clear that more questions should have been asked about the appropriateness of Paula Vennels' involvement in various committees and working groups in the Church of England by 2019 and 2020, when more had come to light about the Horizon scandal. We recognise that, and we would need to reflect on that. So the Church of England is even admitting there that they knew that Horizon scandal had broken out. They knew that Paula Vennels was in charge of the post office at the time, and yet once she stepped down, she was invited on to these groups. I don't think it will hold much water for people, as they say at the end. We recognise it, and we would need to reflect on that. Actually, I think what people are calling for is action to be taken. That this should never have happened. Knowing all of the information that they had about her at the time, all the information of the Horizon scandal, and yet allowing her to come onto certain groups and potentially influence the direction of the Church of England and people's thinking, when at the same time this Horizon scandal was happening in the background. Should the Archbishops be held to account? Well, I think they need to answer a lot of questions about this at General Synod.